moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to Tobago Updates morning show. This morning we're out of studio and we're at the Magdalena Grand Hotel. Yes, we are starting off our emancipation celebrations here at Magdalena this morning. I want to say thank you for staying tuned here at Tobago Updates and making us your #1 station. To those of you joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Flow, AMPLIA, and Digicel, stay right here as we continue into our conversations this morning. Before we head any further into the programming this morning, we head on over to news in 90 seconds. Kiara Bailey of Encore Dance Theatre was crowned Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2026 last night, competing at the Shore Park Cultural Complex under the theme Daughters of Drums and Dreams. Bailey swept major special awards including Best Talent, Excellence in Expression, and Best Designed Gown crafted by designer Akimo Sandy. Judges praised her cultural elegance, creativity, and poise in representing Tobago's rich heritage. 2 men were arrested on Thursday morning following a wildlife enforcement operation at Lambo Beach. Officers from the Department of Natural Resources and Forestry discovered a sea turtle carcass alongside harvested meat and eggs believed to have been unlawfully taken from a nesting site. Authorities reminded the public that sea turtles are protected environmentally sensitive species, where offenses carry penalties of up to $100,000 or 2 years imprisonment. And finally, Mariah resident Wayne Charles, also known as Polka, was found dead inside his home on Wednesday night. Charles was last seen alive at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, July 28th. After receiving calls from concerned neighbors, an informant checked on Charles on Wednesday, July 29th at 8:36 p.m. and discovered him suspended by a rope from a wooden beam. A district medical officer found no visible marks of violence. The results of an autopsy are pending as WPC Phillip continues inquiries. And that was the news in 90 seconds. Tune in again at 6:30 p.m. for our full newscast. We head on over to our birthday shout-outs this morning. We're celebrating with those of you who are celebrating with us. First up, we have Lindian Parks. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you a safe day ahead, a prosperous year ahead, and ensuring that you take some time out to self-reflect and really enjoy your birthday. Next up, we have Sean Alexander. Happy birthday to you from us here at the Tobago Updates family. Wishing you a bright day ahead. Be safe on the nation's roads and ensure that you take some time to cut a slice of cake and enjoy it with your friends and loved ones. And last but certainly not least, we have Ronald Hines. Happy birthday to you. Ensure that you take some time to reflect on God's blessings thus far. And we're wishing you all God's richest blessings upon your life as you move forward into this new year of your life. And viewers, on our rundown this morning, we are speaking Emancipation Day Worship in Freedom, followed by the Scarborough Esplanade Amateur Boxing event, and we're wrapping it up as usual on a Friday with Marcus as we speak all things sports. And this morning we're going straight into our interview this morning with Stefan. Can you remind me of your last name?
Adeyemi.
Adeyemi. Yes, before the break you were trying to explain and to pronounce the name for me to ensure that when I introduce you this morning, it flows seamlessly. So we're joined here this morning and we're talking about emancipation and we're talking about the worship experience that will be hosted by the Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle in Bonaccord. Now, before we get into the event itself, when you hear the word emancipation, what does that mean to you personally?
Well, thank you. Emancipation to me means freedom, a state of being given a position of authority, a position of being able to do what you are actually capable of doing, not being restricted. That's how I see it.
And I would have to agree with you because when we hear emancipation, we think about the abolition of slavery, we think about freedom, but it doesn't automatically mean equality or restoration of everything that was lost. Now, how important is it that we understand that fuller history when we commemorate this day?
How we understand emancipation itself. Well, I'll just link it up straight with the event itself to answer the question. It's something that in Christendom we see as a time of when we have a freedom to relate with God as father to children, not just when we need an intermediary between us and God. It's a time that middle person has been eliminated. So now we have a direct contact, a direct relationship with God.
Now, part of the event, we are seeing African clothing on sale, we have food items on sale. But before we get into all of that, a part of emancipation, we are all inspired in some way, shape, or form by our heritage. It's in our hairstyles, it's in the way that we speak, it's in the way that we even make food.
Yes.
And that is passed on from generation to generation. Now, when we have to reclaim our African heritage, not just the African heritage, but in also as it relates to our spiritual values, connecting that link, especially as we go on from generation to generation. Now, you started speaking about the event itself and that intermediary. Can you go a bit in depth for us with that?
Thank you. I see that as as just mentioned, connecting back to our heritage, our source, our foundation. It's actually bringing us back to where everything started. Because along the line, there are some things that happened. There are some things that as like an evolution. So this is now bringing us back and say, okay, even if we can't have it as it was in the beginning, as how it started, then let's bring back the memory and let's practice how it's being done, and let's not allow the culture to go into extinction. And that is how it is.
And you started edging a bit on the next question I was going to ask in terms of how we are going to tie in worship with this concept of emancipation. We often hear that freedom is something that you have to attain yourself now, especially with the abolition of slavery.
Yes.
And from time to time we hear this song, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. How do we then intertwine worship as it relates to Christianity and ensuring that we understand that freedom is also to be taken, especially when we look at it from a Christian standpoint?
Thank you. With that, how we can actually bring it together and compare each other, I would say they are actually side by side already. Because if you look at it critically in the Bible itself, there was a time that before you can go before God, you have to first cleanse yourself of every iniquity, every sin. And for you to do that, the amount of sin, how heavy or how plenty is your sin, will be how fat is the ram or goat or cow that you have to purchase. And that cow have to be without blemish, with no wound at all. It have to be a clean cow with a certain size. And you bring it to the priest, and the priest will make a sacrifice. But now, God has sent his only begotten Son, according to John chapter 3, verse number 16, that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So since Jesus Christ came now, we have the freedom. You can just be driving your car and just start to worship, either through song or through word or through blessing someone. Worship is not limited. It's not restricted to when you just come on the altar to sing, but it's a daily activity. It's a daily execution, something you execute every day of your life. Yes.
Now the flyer says, come in your African way. For individuals who are looking for African wear, do you have vendors who would be at this event who may be open to selling some of these pieces before the event so that they can be able to come dressed in their full garb to be a part of the celebration?
Yes, yes, yes. According to how we have it on the flyer itself, we say, come in your African way, although it is not a criteria, because we don't want to limit anyone or restrict anyone from saying they can't come because they don't have an African way. But we just use it as a concept to say, come and give God the best of you with a heart of worship and your physical appearance. So sure, there will be vendors that will be selling African attires. Even they will be there before the service begins. And we have intermission during the program as well, that persons are...
Now, music is going to be one of the core aspects of this event. So we have Fire Baba Fire.
That's myself, Fire Baba Fire.
Right, and I'm sure with the flyer that is being displayed, you're seeing a gentleman there with the saxophone. So if you know you love to hear the saxophone, I know I love to hear the saxophone, you can come out to be a part and enjoy that musical experience. We have choirs, worship teams, and other performers. What can people expect musically, and will African musical traditions influence the way the music is being presented?
Thank you. What people should expect is this. When we say African music, this doesn't mean that we are trying to incorporate something. I am from Africa. I'm an African man, and I am the host of this program. So, you know, everything will surely be a concentrated African thing. So, and it's not just me alone. I will have host of brass men, persons that will be playing the trumpets, the saxophone, the trombone, different horns, instruments. And everybody, of course, knows the great man of God on this island, Pastor Terence Baines. He will be there with us as well. And for sure, he has some African songs as well that he will be singing that day. And of course, the mighty woman of God as well, Minister Chantel Lindsay, she have a song that, the first day I heard that song and I heard my language in the song, I said, where did this woman get this language from? Yeah, so of course, she'll be ministering to us in that same song as well. So people should expect a time of pure worship, a time to just say, God, I am here to give you the best of me. We go about our business every day asking God, do this for me, give me this, give me that. But this day is a day that has been set apart to just give God praise for who he is. And we leave everything over to him for him to do what only him can do.
Now, ultimately, when freedom in worship comes to a wrap on August 1st, what is the message you're hoping that patrons and those who attend leave with?
Thank you. What I expect everybody, including myself, to live with is to remember, because we get caught up in our everyday activities. We just go about our businesses, we do things, and we say, okay, we need to attend to this, we need to attend to that. But one thing that must be registered at the end of that program, even from now, is that the purpose of we as humans living on this earth is to worship God, is to show God's glory. According to the word of God in Isaiah chapter number 43, verse 21, God said himself, he said, these people that I have made, I have made them to show forth my glory. So this is what I expect everybody to live with, that we should not forget. We should not get caught up in our everyday activities to forget to praise God. It should be something that is part of us every day.
And viewers, there you have it. It's Worship in Freedom on August 1st, 2026 at 5 p.m. It's at the Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle in Forwards, Bonacore. Come out and support and worship in freedom. Stay right here. We'll be right back after the break to continue our conversations. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Okay. 335, 336, 337, 338, 339.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know. As a child, you tried to sell hog plum. That failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 62433.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the soca party.
Every village has a story. Every tradition has a voice. This July 16th to August 1st, discover them all at the 2026 Tobago Heritage Festival. This year's theme, Let We Tell the Whole Story, invites you to experience the customs, resilience, and rich cultural legacy that continue to define Tobago. Join us for unforgettable performances, village celebrations, and authentic cultural experiences across the island. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for event details.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying tuned to the Tobago Grand Beach and Golf Resort, my favorite place to be on a Friday morning. I hope you can be here every morning, every Friday morning. You know, of course, the breakfast very sumptuous. So I'm looking forward to that this morning again. And of course, we are into the favorite and most popular segment on a Friday, sporting segment. And I'm sitting next to a very intimidating individual. Not intimidating in a bad way, but in a good way, Mr. Kirsten Manswell. Should I say former heavyweight boxer of Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, former.
Former?
Yes.
You sitting here this morning, are you getting back in the ring?
Oh, unofficially.
Unofficially. So you're going to be participating in this event I'm seeing here tomorrow?
Yes.
So all of Tobago should be down where? So let's talk firstly about the event, right? Because I got excited there a bit. For those who haven't seen or heard about Kirsten Manswell, represented the country so many occasions. Kirsten, I mean, what has been your standout or the highlight of your career as a boxer?
Well, pleasant good morning to Tobago, Trinidad. By extension, my standard will be, placing medals at some of the most prestigious games in the world. We're talking Commonwealth, Pan American, CAC. You understand? I was just narrowly edged out of the Sydney Olympics. You know, controversy. I was ranked in the world as a professional. I signed up. Was contracted with world famous promoter like Don King. So I was in the same camp with Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and all the big names in boxing. I was out there in between 2005 to 2010. You know, training hard with the Klitschko's over in Russia, Germany, you name it. I was right up there with these guys.
Yeah. So I'm seeing what the Knockout Boxing Gym. Is that's your gym?
Yes, that's my gym in Tobago, which I've started in 2015, but we actually started up back there after the COVID. You know, and this is a developmental program which I've started with the youths, but they're like two years back, and it's an ongoing process. As I said, it's a program, so it's not like a card.
Right.
So not Common Friday, it's a program, a developmental program which we will soon assess at the end of the year, leading into the national championships in January in Trinidad with these young guys that are extremely anxious and are waiting, and should I say, I wouldn't say greatest here. I wouldn't say greatest.
So as you mentioned, this has been a program you have been training, and this event that you have tomorrow is an assessment for the boxers in Tobago.
Yes, it's totally Tobago fighters. Tobago fighters versus Trinidad fighters.
Tobago fighters. So you have collaborated with other gyms in Trinidad?
Yes, in Trinidad with the National Association, and they would have picked out their best along with the same experience as those fighters that just stepped from Tobago, but which we would have chosen fighters from Trinidad that is a little more
advanced
than the Tobagonian fighters, because we, as I said, we are looking to assess. You understand? So we don't want to be on the same level. So we are looking for, you know, real competition, and this is exactly where we at. And this is what we are looking for.
So let's talk about tomorrow in terms of venue, time, and place. And I mean, who can we look forward to this scene tomorrow?
All right. Okay. Well, tomorrow the action is at the Scarborough Esplanade Car Park. So it's at the top of this Scarborough Esplanade. Right after you
that's the Rotunda area. That's in the middle area.
No. That's at the end, right after the port. To the west.
In the car park itself.
In the car park itself. So you know we'll be inside the car park there from 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
No parking allowed there tomorrow.
No parking.
No parking allowed.
So you'll use the Port Mall car park tomorrow.
Right.
Because the Port Mall car park is where we originally have boxing, but we now step out because we have collaborated with the Esplanade.
Right.
You understand? And we want to make the Emancipation Day program a very highlighted one. So, you know, we put sports into it. So we have partnered with TWCU and TWCU Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. They would have indicated that we join with the promenade and have one big event show in Scarborough. Come on me on Emancipation Day.
So tomorrow, I'm just picturing tomorrow we're gonna have a ring.
Yes.
We're gonna have I guess you have bleachers as well.
Bleachers, yes.
You're gonna have lights.
Yes.
You're gonna have lights, and there's gonna be entertainment galore tomorrow.
Very, 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 what we say, spirited entertainment, because we have some of the best fights. We should have like 10 fights tomorrow. A couple of the guys would have indicated who just came back from the Commonwealth Games in Trinidad.
They're from Trinidad?
They're from Trinidad.
Okay.
My guys were supposed to fight them. But Tobago is not a easy walkover.
Yes.
So some of the guys would have even opted to pull out because it's not just a normal fight. And the Tobagoans are really like the Darius Small, Russell John, you know, the little Elijah Byron, and Tishon Johnson. All these guys are ready to go.
So what category would you put these guys that you just mentioned?
Okay, well, these guys, they would have, first and foremost, we have now what in amateur boxing, we have this schoolboy.
Okay, schoolboy, okay.
Schoolboy. So schoolboy will range from 9 years old to 12.
So we're going to have some of those 9-year-olds on tomorrow.
So we don't have a 9-year-old tomorrow. We have a 10-year-old, which is young Elisha Byron, which is, man, he's excited. He's excited. So he's going to be on, and we have most teenagers. Most of them are teenagers who will be juniors.
Yes.
You understand? So some of them would have stepped up, so they wouldn't be in the junior category. We step up really, and you know, we are in an open class.
Yeah.
So these guys will be going at it, and as I said, come what may, it's something that we would like to see that we would have started in Tobago last December the 13th. So it's going on to a year in December coming here. So as I said, it's a developmental program, and I think the world should see it. I think the next best crop of fighters will be coming from Tobago. Come at me next year.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier that there's a chance that, or an opportunity that you may be in the ring as well tomorrow.
I'll be in the ring unofficially because I'm the coach, I'm the trainer, I'm everything. So, I'll get the fighters ready, get them in the frame of mind. So I'll be in the ring unofficially.
Unofficially tomorrow.
Yes.
And this is all free of charge to the public.
Yes, it is free, as I said. It is free. Come, sit, enjoy. That's what I said. It's a developmental program. So it's not about making money. It's about making fighters.
Yeah.
You understand? To represent the country. And I'm very glad that I partnered with TWC Credit Union, who would have seen, see what we were trying to do there behind the Scarborough Port Mall, and it's they would have really come on at a very handy time, when things is tight.
Plays hard. They plays hard,
Yes, but TWC Credit Union, they would have came on.
I'm happy to hear that.
Really, very, very good time. Their offices is right in the Port Mall where I work. Also, we have guys like if I can call their name, Joel Sampson, MP for Tobago West, he has always been with me from the very beginning.
Yes.
You understand? And we could go down to Trinidad now where we have Miss Penelope Bradshaw. She's the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Sports in Trinidad. And our good friend David Nakid. You understand? Old ex-footballer, he's always behind me. Right, and I must say, Tobago updates.
Make up Tobago
updates. Every time, I have a card, they will say, I come in.
Yes, man.
And they always give me this free part, so I must give big up to Tobago updates. Also, Mr. Cavallo Real Estate, his little supports, and it goes a long way. Also, Seaview Guest House, Rungin Bacalet, who always, hosts the Trinidad when they're up here. You understand? And last but not least, Beards Rental. This man, I can count on him with or without money when I go to him. He never, ever turn me down. You understand? So if you want to see more of the boxing, we have our little website, which is Knockout, as it spells.
Knockout.
You understand?
Yes.
Knockout, KOGym.com.
Yes.
Go on there and you will find everything from since we started till now. You understand? Just find the channel and step in. Also Heritage Sports. You understand?
There's trophies and medals and stuff. Yes.
Trophies and medals. You understand?
Mr. McFarlane.
That's right, Mr. McFarlane. My very good friend.
Yes.
Alan Stewart. You understand?
Tima.
You understand? Always provide.
Of course, safety as well. So you're gonna have Tima there as
well. Of course. Boxing is one of the few sports that it cannot start without a doctor. And an ambulance.
Well, I can understand why,
I'm going to big up to the young nurses, the young doctors up there in the hospital, Miss Kadisha Amin, Mr. Ramkisu. He's not here anymore, Miss. There are so many to mention, but the young doctors of Tobago, they would have partnered with me, and anytime I call on them, they are there with me. Also from out in Miami, where we are far out, we have Blaine Cameron, and these guys, even they will say, what a church doing in boxing. You understand? Percival John.
Need to pray for everyone.
Mr. Percival John, they are Mount Bethel Spiritual Baptist Church. Well, I go to that church as well. When, sometimes when the thing gets sticky, I can always go to him.
That's very important.
And he's there. So, and I encourage the children, the youths. If they have problem, I'm not around. They can go to that church, speak to Mr. John, and he will welcome them with open arms. You understand? But I want to really take the time to big up Channel 5.
Right.
Tobago updates as well, because they have other their partners, so I don't even know who is who. You understand? But Channel 5 and David done Tamarind Radio as well. You understand? So the media of Tobago has been,
to help promote the sport and
of course promote the sport.
Support the
so come on me in the next year or so.
We have an next Kurtzman Mansell, or more Kurtzman Mansell.
Not Kurtzman Mansell. I always want them to be greater. I always tell them to strive to be greater
Mike Tyson.
Beyond Mike Tyson. So as I said, come on me again.
Yes.
Come tomorrow and you will see something that you're not accustomed to seeing. it's fighting amateur boxing at the highest level.
Tobago's best versus Trinidad.
Tobago's best versus Trinidad.
Yeah.
And as I said, this is just the third phase, so we have 2 more phases before the year is finished.
Okay, because this is all in preparation of getting onto the national team as well.
Getting on, of course. And next year being not the next year is not the Olympic year. It's next year.
Next year, 28th.
Well, right. So then this is preparation to get into the Olympic trials.
Right. So just as you missed out the last time from Sydney, you're hoping that others can get
I
through.
didn't really miss out. Last year, when I was there, the Trinidad and Tobago, it was a very unfair lot. The only person who would have not qualified for the Olympics in my time in 2002, somewhere there, was the American heavyweight.
Right.
And why he didn't, he was the only person that was not on the team for the American. Why he was not there? Because I would have beat him. And what we know at the Pan American Games, gold and silver at the Pan American Games are automatic qualifiers for the Olympic Games.
Right.
I was silver medal. I got silver. And some way America cook up something and say that, here what? In the last 2 weeks ago.
Always America way.
Yeah, always. Last 2 weeks to go into the Olympics, they said no, only gold qualifier, and forcing me to go into our next box out with America, which I beat him even more than before. The 2 fights that we had before, and they said he beat me by 1 point.
Wow.
So that was my reason for not going to the Olympics. And immediately after the next Olympics, they changed it back around again. Gold and silver goes to the
that's quite unfortunate. I hope that your boxers that you have under your watch at this time, they don't go through that same.
No. I'm here. I'm here at a different level. So. We're going to get there now.
Fantastic.
So we're going at the Olympics.
Yeah. Mr. Mansell, thank you so much for being here this morning. And by the looks of this flyer, I'm expecting a really good turnout tomorrow and a good showing from your boxers. And I'm not going to call them amateur, given that they had you as coach. And they're going to be professional boxing tomorrow. Of course, nice backdrop. You have the beach right there. The Esplanade is there. You have good parking at the Port Mall as well. And then you have Mr. Mansell as a coach, and I'm sure you're going to be a referee as well there tomorrow. So guys, Emancipation Day tomorrow, something to do, something to look forward to sporting wise at the Port Mall, not the Port Mall, but the Esplanade car park. Free of charge tomorrow, boxing. Yeah, Trinidad versus Tobago. I like how your team does, Trinidad versus Tobago, because we like to beat up on Trinidad, in that sense. So get down there tomorrow, support the initiative, it's free of charge. Mr. Mansell, always welcome to come in at Tobago Updates and share the good news. And I'm looking forward to seeing much more of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Fantastic. Guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're talking some football. I know World Cup finished, right, but we're talking football still. I have a guy who supported Argentina. Not Argentina. In fact, he supported Argentina after Germany went home. Yes? So we're going to talk to him this morning, and we're going to talk about the NLCL Cup tomorrow happening at the Dwight York Stadium. Don't forget, guys, to share the live, share the live, share the live.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pooled procurement of medicine or pooled procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Wait. We are going airport.
Come back this way. Catch you roundabout and go down.
Right here.
Leave on time to be on time.
Today we are here at the new A&R Robinson International Airport, and we are doing a simulation along with the Airport Authority and the TTPS to do some observation for the traffic plan that we have implemented for the opening of the new terminal building. So starting Wednesday, July 22nd, the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation along with the TTPS will be at this intersection, and we will be implementing a traffic plan. Just continue around the circle. What is important in this entire traffic arrangement is that if you are coming from Crown Point, you're coming from the west and you want to go further east than the airport terminal, we advise that you either use Milford Road, go onto Silcotton Trace, and use one of the side streets between Milford Road and Tobago Local Road. all traffic between Kilgwin Bay Road and Gaskin Road will be coming west only. So that is one of the important points that we have to get into our systems as we learn to navigate around the new arrangements at the new A&R Robinson International Terminal going forward. But we want to assure you that we will help you to get used to it. We will circulate information. We will be here at the intersections along with the police while you get used to the arrangement to assist you in circulating and to getting to where you need to go safely and quickly.
Tobago, are you ready to celebrate culture, color, and creativity? Then make Heritage Haven books and things your first stop this Heritage Festival. Step into a world of vibrant African wear, handcrafted accessories, unique gifts, local authors, and inspiring books for every age. Whether you're dressing for the festivities or searching for something special, Heritage Haven has something just for you. Heritage Haven books and things where culture comes alive. Visit us today at the Scarborough Esplanade and discover treasures. Celebrate culture where read it, live it.
On the 9th of August, we'll be having our first annual 5K, and it's not just a 5K, it's a book drive, and it starts at 6 a.m. Registration starts at 5 a.m. This is your opportunity to start that exercise journey. Come, dust out that shoes, pull out that jersey. Let's start that exercise journey. From this book drive, we'll be able to provide books and stationery to all the needy people within the Scarborough-Mongrace district. So if you have any extra stationaries, book, pens, pencils, bring it. We'll be meeting right here at the Hugh Donaldson Recreational Ground, formerly known as the Mongrace Recreational Ground. Come and support this initiative.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi viewers, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying tuned to Tobago Updates Television. We are into the sporting segment and I have some special invited guests here this morning. We're talking football. But before I get into the conversation with our invited guests this morning, I want to send out condolences to the Hislops on the passing of Mr. Robert Hislop, a former Secretary of Sport here in Tobago, and also a second Vice President Tobago Cricket Association, contributed immensely to sport in Tobago. And of course, there's another condolences once again to his family and of course friends and of course persons closely affiliated to him. Let me say good morning to Mrs. Jermaine Jordan and of course Mr. Hewitt Cadet out of the NLCL. Let me start with you, Mrs. Jordan. NLCL, tell me what it stands for.
So good morning to you, Marcus, and good morning to your viewers. So NLCL stands for Next Level Consulting Limited, and that is the main sponsor for our tournament.
All right, and we're talking about the Nations Cup, and we are ready for the Tobago edition happening tomorrow at the Dwight York Stadium.
Correct.
Before we get into the logistics of the tournament itself, tell me about your organization and of course some of the things that guys have been able to achieve.
And right before our first tournament was started, right before COVID.
Oh, wow.
Actually, our prize giving ceremony, we did a Skinner Spark in the open field because we had to do social distancing.
Oh my gosh!
And then we went into lockdown right after that.
Yes, can I still continue?
Yes. So started by Brian Jordan and Miss Sandra Pompey and myself. Miss Sandra Pompey has been in football for over 30 years in the Gasparillo area. And it was a passion of theirs because they saw the need for development in football outside of the SSFL. So we start more frequently throughout the years. In 2023, we joined the Tobago market, and we have been here ever since. We started off with the under 19s, we went into under 15s, now we are in under 13s, under 11s, under 9 boys and girls, and we also do coaching combines to give our players opportunities to be seen by scouts and coaches at universities outside of Trinidad and Tobago.
That's fantastic, fantastic.
Yes.
Any success stories in terms of a player or players coming through this development that you guys have going on to represent the national team or even playing out there in the world?
Okay, so we do have a player right here from Tobago, Jai Shepherd. Yes, from Roxborough.
Jai from Roxborough, right? Yes.
Yes, so Jai would have come to Trinidad. He would have attended Presentation College. And Jai actually played in the first ever 2019 Nations Cup. He went on to be Player of the Year in the SSFL. And he played in more than one season of the Nations Cup. And Jai was able to use footage, and Jai was scouted, and Jai ended up going to university on a full scholarship in Chicago. He is now graduated with his degree, and he's back in Tobago, and he's still in the football arena. So that's just one of the success stories, and that came straight out of Tobago.
That's fantastic. I want to bring Mr. Cadet in. Of course, Mr. Cadet, a former Secretary for Sport here in Tobago, Youth and Sport. And Mr. Cadet, you of course being in charge of sport and youth in Tobago, you understand the importance of having these sort of tournaments. I mean, and I saw that you are some steering committee head. You are the head of the steering committee for Tobago. I mean, tell me about your role. Tell me about your role in this organization.
I missed that memo, but yes, I'm a part of the steering committee. Mr. NLCL has been hosting, been in Tobago for quite some time, since 2020 in terms of hosting the tournament. And they decided to strengthen the participation in terms of the persons in Tobago who can help to ensure that the tournament runs off successfully. So I'm part of the team. Obviously, yes, we know the value of having the opportunity for players at this age to be exposed as much as possible, to play as much games as possible. The more games they play, it develops their skills, it widens participation. So that is a key part of what this is about. But added to that, NLCL has created the pathways by videotaping the games, coaches come back. It therefore allows the players to get exposure and see where football can carry them if they want to go further. So I think that's an important element in what NLCL is doing, is not only the opportunity to participate and to build skills, but of course the opportunity for exposure. They also, of course, doing something that happens with a number of other leagues is not very common, but allowing at the under 9 level boys and girls to play together, which happens in a lot of other jurisdictions in Europe and stuff like that, where at that age they believe in America, at that age they believe girls and boys can play together. So they've also done that for the under 9 girls. Up to 10 can play in the under 9 category. So we expect tomorrow is going to be an exciting day. We know how competitive the Tobago teams usually get. We have 2 teams from Trinidad who also will be participating.
So you have teams from Trinidad playing in Tobago as well?
Yes, we have 2
because I guess how I conceptualize it in terms of a Nations Cup, and then you have the Tobago edition, I thought was only Tobago teams involved there. Tell me about the Trinidad teams being invited there as well.
Jermaine could give you an idea too.
Sure. So with the Nations Cup is done as either 1 or 2 day tournament. Right. So it is not a tournament that takes place over a series of time. So we do short tournaments, 1 or 2 days, and crown the winner. So 2 Trinidad teams, Point Fortin Youth Academy and the Central Zone All-Star team will be joining us, an invitation to join the Tobago teams.
So and this is what age group are they competing in?
They will be competing in the under 13s and under 11 categories.
Okay, so it's not a situation where you have Tobago teams competing and then they go up against Central Zone or South Zone. That's not the situation.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This tournament of itself is a standalone.
Okay.
And when the next one is hosted in Trinidad, the opportunity to invite
Tobago teams
to participate is also there.
Fantastic. So tell me about the Tobago teams. Who are the Tobago teams?
Well, of course, we have ball basters. We have coaching school.
Coaching school back in mix.
We have
two Tobago coaching school. We have Bertil Sinclair coaching school and Sinclair's coaching school.
We have Bertil Academy.
Bertil Academy,
yeah. You have coaching school.
So let me be specific. Which one?
We have coaching school.
Yes.
Right. We have Bethel.
Right.
All right. We have Bell Garden. We have, of course, you have Lambo. Ball Blasters are some of the teams who are going to be coming out. Yes, going to be coming out and give the best. So we know how competitive these teams are. Their passion for the game. So we look forward to really an exciting day of fun football tomorrow.
So these teams are also fielding the girls teams as well?
Well, not fielding girl teams. Yeah. The under 10 and the U9 level, the teams could be mixed. The girls can play as part of the team. So not a separate girls team. They play together. It's a combined, a mixed team.
Yeah.
At the U9 level, and girls up to age 10 can play with the U9 team.
That's. I mean, yeah. If you ask Kenya Corner, she started off playing with boys as well. So I like that kind of. I like that in a sense. And then tell me about give me a rundown of tomorrow. What time you start, and if you start at 8, what happens at 8, and give me a rundown of tomorrow's event.
Sure. So we do start at 8 at the Dwight York Stadium, and we will start with a short opening ceremony, where we would, introduce the teams to structure. They would have a lineup. We will start with the national anthem and the prayer. Of course, we have the best Master of Ceremonies sitting right here next to me.
Who's that? You can call his name.
Mr. Marcus right here. So we do have, and then we would go into the action. We really want the public to come on, not just the parents to come on. And it's free. It's free entry. We would have vendors. We would have a DJ. So we are looking to have a really good time. And at this stage in the football, those kids are really passionate, and it's really fun to watch. So we're asking the public to come out and enjoy a fun-filled day with football, family, DJ, music, vendors.
It's a good day to emancipate yourself as well.
Exactly.
You know what I found very interesting, and I really have to ask about it, because you have board of directors, you have a steering committee, and then you have the overarching people responsible for this whole organization, and you don't often see it. You may have Mr. Cadet, and then Mr. Cadet has some volunteers, or probably someone else helping them out running a competition. But I mean, why is it important for you guys to have this level of let's chop here. Board of directors, the steering committee, to put off this particular event?
The reason for it, Marcus, really is truly that we like to do things holistically, and everyone has a purpose. So our board of directors really guides the governance part of this organization, and then we believe that governance and driving the non-profit part, because it's hosted by Next Level Foundation, which is a non-profitable charitable organization, but they are governance and they have their role. However, they may not necessarily be versed in football. So we do need the persons who have that football expertise.
Like Mr. Cadet.
Yes.
But he's not necessarily good in football, but I mean, he's a good administrator. I must give him that, yes.
So yes, the administrators in football to really drive that part, to ensure that all parts of this comes together really wonderfully and is run the way it's supposed to, and that we get the success that we need. And outside of the steering committee, outside of the board of directors and the tournament committees, we could not do this without our volunteers. And we have a large group of volunteers, both in Trinidad and Tobago, and our liaisons that make this possible, that come and dedicate their time and effort for free to help us in this journey to develop our youngsters.
I wish Port TT and the other organizations can adopt what you guys have been, because you have oversight, and then you have the expertise.
Correct.
Because a number of the NGOs and NGBs that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, we have persons who are enthusiastic about leading the organization, but in terms of the management skills, they are missing that in in so many ways, and I'm happy that you have this set up here. Hopefully you can talk to the Sport TT and talk to the minister to help them lay out this format here. And then of course you mentioned volunteers, but most importantly I saw the flyer and you have a number of sponsors, and I like to highlight sponsors. Yes,
we
so you can
we do have a number of sponsors, and we could not have done it without them. So first and foremost is the Next Level Consulting Limited, who came on board to start this tournament in 2019. We do have the foundation that is the overarching body that hosts the tournaments. We do have Guardian Life of the Caribbean. We have Oasis Water, who is our hydration sponsor for this tournament. We have Ramsing Sports World, and Ramsing's has been with us since inception in 2019. We have New Iron, Southern Supplies Limited, Sunshine Snacks, Charles Chocolate, AP Scott, who is the provider of Julie Biscuits. So we'll have some nice goodies for the kids, some goodie bags to give away.
And I'm sure it's because of your structure you were able to get all these private sponsorship. You know, I was going to ask about the White Oak Stadium, how you were able to get White Oak Stadium, but I'm out of time. Mr. Kenneth, before we go, right, let's tell me about, tell him again, tomorrow, we are on tomorrow. It's just on a small goal, right, hockey size? And, I mean, how many minutes you're playing on all these different
10 minutes, 10 minutes a half, small break between the halves, and 10 minutes a half is the game. Right? So we're hoping that when we get started at 8 o'clock, that we'll run off everything.
So one day tomorrow?
Yes, one day tomorrow, weather permitting. And because of any weather, then we have the reserve day Sunday. But we're hoping to get everything run off tomorrow. Really fun day of football.
Fantastic. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Any final words before we depart?
Just thank you for having us, and we really do appreciate it, and we're asking the public to come out and support. This is an important venture, and just to let them know, it's football and it's fun at this level, but football and development in our youth can be a youngster's pathway to success in life.
Fantastic. I like that. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you so happy. Thank you for having
a
us.
really exciting day tomorrow. You're gonna get sun tomorrow. I mean, I used to do weather. So you're gonna get sun tomorrow, all day tomorrow, and looking forward to seeing all the competition on tomorrow. I know Ball Blasters and Lambo Alliance. Is a Lambo Alliance the name of it? Lambo United. You know, when it comes to youth football on the island, they have been doing quite well, and they're going to be coming tomorrow to see they can take the title tomorrow. So I'm going to be there tomorrow. Hopefully, I can lend my voice to the event. It's Emancipation Day tomorrow, and a number of other initiatives are also taking place on island. Of course, Sport always the winner. There's also Hike the Trail. Big up to Daniel. That starts at 6:30 tomorrow, and we also have Stars of the North, Castara, Palatine, Bloody Bay, Lantomy. They have their Windball Cricket on tomorrow night at the Palatine Hard Court, and then their Sport and Family Day on Sunday in Bloody Bay. Also NLCL, that's happening tomorrow at the Dwight York Stadium. Happy that they got the Dwight York Stadium. I'm not sure how they got it, but I'm happy they got it. Yes. And of course, the Buku Ballpark League, the return of the Buku Ballpark League down there in Buku. A very exciting format of football. So when you are finished at the Dwight York Stadium, you can make your way down to Buku to take in the Buku Ballpark League. Guys, it's been a pleasure being here this morning. I'm looking forward to my breakfast here at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort. Thank you so much for being, of course, with us this morning. Up next, we have Luke with Good Morning Tobago. Have a wonderful weekend, Tobago. Don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I've heard of this OCS Vacation Employment Program through social media, right? I signed up for the program hoping to be enrolled to get greater insights into the operations of the Office of the Chief Secretary, seeing that this office is essentially the premier office of all the divisions across the Tobago House of Assembly. I hope that at the end of this program I'll be able to gain greater skills that will help me in the long run. Seeing that I would be completing my A-level studies at Bishop's High School just now, going into university pretty soon. I hope that this program will give me the necessary skills and develop me as a young person as I go into university and the world of work.
Remember when July-August vacation finally arrived? It meant freedom. No school, no homework, just fun. Those moments will always be special, but as time change, so do the opportunities. Today, our teenagers can use their vacation to do more than make memories. They can build their future.
We are genuinely excited to have you. Yes, we are truly grateful to host you for the next 2 months of the 2026 Vacation Employment Program. This program promised to be a fulfilling exchange, not just for you, but for us as well. We too will gain valuable experience as public officers from you being here. I have always believed that there is so much power when different generations are open and willing to learn from each other. So I encourage all of us, trainees and public officers alike, to fully embrace this process. And let us be intentional about pouring into one another during this time. Through this initiative by the Office of the Chief Secretary, young Tobagonians are being given an incredible opportunity. Over the next 2 months, you will gain practical experience, and I cannot overstate how important that is, especially when such opportunities are becoming increasingly difficult for young people. Therefore, endeavors such as these play a critical role.
Through the Office of the Chief Secretary Vacation Employment Program, young people are getting a head start into the world of work. They're gaining hands-on experience, developing valuable workplace skills, building confidence, and discovering what it means to be a part of a professional team.
I learned it through a school group chat, where the group chat basically aims in exposing students to things that they can better their skill sets and gain new experiences. And well, in this program, I just hope to gain new experiences and a wider skill set and skill range.
The reason why I applied for this internship is because I enjoy gaining new experiences, learning new things, and strengthening the existing skills that I possess at the moment. And I pay particular attention to detail, and I ensure that while working that everything is done how it needs to be done. I hope to gain new experiences and leave here not leaving as the same person, but coming out as a new, like an evolved version of myself, equipped for whatever challenges may come my way in different work experiences here on Fort.
I heard about this program through our principal at Signal Hill Secondary School, where she sent it in a group chat that we have that focuses on pushing students to further their education. From this internship, I hope to just gain skills on, well, how to operate in the workplace, especially as I'm going to finish my tenure at Signal Hill Secondary School, and I'm going to be going into the world of work. So I hope that this opportunity grants me the skills that are necessary to excel in the workplace here.
So while this may not be anything like summer camp, vacation Bible school, or youth community activities, rest assured the future of Tobago is being shaped one young person, one opportunity, one experience at a time.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Dance Theatre was crowned Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2026 last night. Competing at the Shaw Park Complex under the team Daughters of Drums and Dreams, Bailey swept major special awards included Best Talent, Excellence in Expression, and Best Design Gown, crafted by designer Akimo Sandy. Judges praised her cultural elegance, creativity, and poise in representing Tobago's rich heritage. 2 men were arrested on Thursday morning following a wildlife enforcement operation at Lambeau Beach. Officers from the Department of Natural Resources and Forestry discovered a sea turtle carcass alongside harvested meat and eggs believed to have been unlawfully taken from a nesting site. Authorities reminded the public that sea turtles are protected environmentally sensitive species where offenses carry penalties of up to $100,000 or 2 years imprisonment. Finally, Moriah resident Wayne Charles, also known as Polka, was found dead inside his home on Wednesday night. Charles was last seen alive at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, July 28. After receiving calls from concerned neighbors, an informant checked on Charles on Wednesday, July 29th at 8:30 p.m. and discovered him suspended by a rope on a wooden beam. A district medical officer found no visible marks of violence. The results of an autopsy are pending as WPC Philip continues inquiries. Tune in for the full newscast at 6:30 p.m. Now, viewers, as you can clearly tell from what I'm wearing, we're going to be talking all things African, but more specifically the Emancipation Day celebrations. And for those of you who probably tuned in last year, you would have noticed that we had a lovely parade last year in Scarborough. Now, to talk about what's going to be happening this year, I am joined by Mr. Dwayne Lyons, who is the Emancipation Logistic Officer's event lead for Emancipation Parade and Cultural Celebration. Mr. Lyons, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, I want to thank you for joining us this morning because I think that we are winding down from the Miss Tobago personality show we had last night, and everyone wants to know what's happening today, and I think that you have the knowledge and the resources to really let us understand what's going to be happening tomorrow. So just to start, tell us what's the significance of this Emancipation Day Parade.
Well, the Emancipation Day Parade has several significance. Ultimately, we know the significance is really the commemoration of emancipation, and we celebrate that every year, August 1st. But as a part of the Heritage Festival, the emancipation is a culmination of this celebration of the festival. So it really ties in everything that we would have done in remembering the Tobago's heritage and our culture.
Okay. And where is this event starting? Where it's ending? What's the time? Do we have to wear a certain uniform? Tell us all the details.
All right, well, we are back in Scarborough. I know for some time it was out of Scarborough. But last year we were back in Scarborough and we're back in Scarborough again. And so we are starting, we do have a slight change to last year in terms of our ending point. So we still start at James Park.
Okay.
And at James Park we are doing something a little different. We are doing a production. And that we call it the pre-emancipation market.
Okay.
So the scene is set in the market, the old market, August 1838. So we're really trying to create an immersive environment. We having the vendors, we having the public around, so people getting to engage into that element. And then we have the, we have the cast that has been rehearsing, and that production leads directly into the street procession. And we have the rhythm on the street, the tambour bamboo, and we process to the Milford Road Esplanade, where it really culminates into that cultural show.
Okay, great. So for those who would like to be a part of this, is there any ticket they have to pay, or is this a free event?
No, so this is a free event. And so we're really encouraging people to be a part of every element of it. So we want people to come out to witness the production, because we really have been working to try to invoke some memories, some nostalgia. I know nobody was around in that time, but really trying to let people understand where this all started. And we really want people to witness that, so it's really a family. We're really trying to get families out, everyone out, and then also be a part of the procession. So we could come out in our numbers for those that are unable to. I know some people say they may not be able to walk the distance. They could come and support along the route.
Okay.
They could be on the boardwalk heading to the ferry terminal. Some people, and if some people want to be at the Esplanade and wait, but we're really trying to get in numbers out to join the procession. And yeah, so it really does process. So you don't, and again, you asked about what to wear. I'll speak to some of the groups. Now we aiming to have some color in the route. So we have in the groups and the costumes, we're really trying to bring out the villages that were a part of the festival this year.
Okay.
Bring out some of the winners, bring out some of the, not only the winners, but all those that would have participated, dance groups, drumming groups. We're really trying to bring everything, as he says, a culmination of the festival. So we're really trying to get everybody out and to remember not just the festival, but really the culture. And again, you could come and enjoy the show. As I said, it's free on the Esplanade. And we have the winners of all the competitions. We also aim to have the winner of Miss Personality there as well.
Okay.
And we do have some guest performers that scheduled. And we're really trying to have a good celebration. So we tying that, how we tie that into the entire theme is that we were trying to tell the story of emancipation. So it really, where we came from, that emancipation story, into the freedom, and then into the celebration of culture. So that's the phases we're trying to go through in this year's parade.
Okay, nice, Mr. Lyons. And I love that you touched on the celebration of culture and the importance of that, because too often, especially when we're celebrating these significant events, especially where our African history is concerned, the most of us get from people is probably our Instagram post or Facebook post. But this seems to be a different event where we can actually come together, we can learn something, we can be a part of something. So it's really good that we are having this event, and I hope viewers, for those of you who are a bit confused, you all are getting a clearer understanding of what's going to be happening this afternoon, right?
Saturday,
lovely. So it's not this afternoon,
tomorrow afternoon.
It's Saturday, tomorrow afternoon. At what time?
So it starts at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
So the audience could start to gather from 4:30. And we'll have that open, and then so we're gonna set the mood and everything, and then we really want to have everybody gathered by 5, and then we could go into the production. Yeah. So, and again, we really try, and as you mentioned, we really try. Most of us don't know the story of our heritage or forefathers, where they came from, what they went through. So that's why we're trying to bring some education of that through performance, through craft, and really trying to let people understand that, listen, there's significance. It's not just, we're not just doing this, we don't just have emancipation on August 1st. Why is it on August 1st? Because many of us don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, so we really want to let people understand there is a story behind why you're here.
Okay, and I think that ties into the overarching theme of heritage. Let me tell the whole story. Yes. So we start in at James Park,
and then we process to the streets. So we head left. We go from leaving James Park, go on to Burnett Street, to Main Street, and we start to go downtown.
Okay.
And we process all the way downtown As you say, we have the bamboo, we have the drums, we have the cultural practitioners, the dancers of varied ages, and the public. We really want the public to be a part of the procession, really join us in celebrating that freedom and culture. It is a privilege, and the play would bring out why it is a privilege, but it really is a privilege that we have, that we could be free.
Okay.
We could be free to be who we are, to tell our own story, you know, but not forgetting where we came from.
Okay, nice. And for the drivers who usually will use that route, I'm thinking obviously there will be some traffic restrictions.
And there will be a police presence.
Okay.
So there'll be a police presence to help manage the traffic. We are trying not to be too disruptive. You know, we'll have some disruptions, but the police have always supported us. The TTPS has always supported us in all the initiatives, and they continue to do so. And we're aiming to have a minimal disruption to the driving public. That's another reason that we would have shifted to the Milford Road Esplanade, because last year we would have gone to the market, but the Scarborough Market, but that usually causes a bit more traffic disruptions. So we're really trying to minimally disrupt the public and the flow of everything.
Okay.
So that's one reason we kind of flow in. We could maintain a side of the road, and again, there will be a police presence that will help manage the entire flow.
Lovely. And I know that you said there's going to be a little pre-nugget up at James Street, but coming down to James Park, coming down to the Esplanade, is there anything, you know, participants can expect to see there, or it's just we ending there?
No, well, again, we have the culture, so we do have steel pan, we do have, again, more cultural characters, and we do have an energy. There'll be food vendors on sale. We have some displays, food displays that'll be going on, and so the Esplanade will, so to speak, be a cultural village.
Okay, nice.
As well as the stage production. So we really want that. So the energy that started in James Park, it comes down and really manifests itself on the Esplanade.
Okay, nice.
Manifests itself.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Now, is there anyone at this moment you would like to thank for the assistance, any sponsors? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we've had several sponsors coming on board throughout the festival. We have FCB, we have First Citizens Bank, I should say, we have Republic Bank, we have Bermudas, we have Carib, we have the Division of Health, we have I'm missing some key people, am I? No, I mean obviously the THA, we have, you know, big supporter. We have what am I missing?
Yourself.
The Tobago Festivals Commission, Tobago Festivals Commission, and the team at Tobago Festivals Commission, because to produce the festival, it really takes a lot of hands on deck, you know, and it takes a lot. I know we actually we had some new sponsors, Amando's Hardware, some came on board, you know, this year as well to support the Queen Show as well as the food fair. We just generally would have had a lot of support, community support, the groups, you know, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child, so it takes a village to really produce what we do. It's never a singular effort. So even though we may have project leads, like I'm the project lead for Emancipation, it takes a team effort. It takes a lot of skill sets, you know, that do what we do. You know, the technical production officers, the coordinators. It takes, you know, it takes a full involvement of everyone. That really, because I mean, it's a lot of hours, a lot of time. You know, there's a lot of lack of sleep.
I could only imagine.
You know, but it's worth it when we see the product unfold and we see the support. So that's why we really want people to come out, because those are the things that we also look for that tell us that yes, it's making a difference and it's having an impact in the community.
Okay, that's lovely. And as we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to leave for those who may still be 50-50 about attending the Emancipation Parade tomorrow? I
mean, well, you could log on to our Tobago Festival social media pages at Tobago Festivals, because we will be releasing some stuff, adding more information about the event. But trust me, it's really going to be worth your while. Again, just being a part of the production and understanding. You see, sometimes we don't play a lot of emphasis on understanding where we come from and who we are, and really celebrating together. And that's one of the key things that we really want. I think that's what I'll leave in taking away. We really need to celebrate togetherness. Togetherness is something that's fallen away in our society, and we really need to focus on strengthening that bond, strengthening families, and strengthening communities. And the Emancipations Parade is aimed to do just that.
Okay, lovely. So, Mr. Lyons, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. The information was well needed. I myself am considering coming tomorrow, so I think you did a great job convincing us to be a part of that
I expect
experience.
to see you there tomorrow.
I'll try my best.
You already
I already have to close. Yes, I want to thank you once again for joining us, viewers. That was Mr. Dwayne Lyons chatting about all things Emancipation Day Parade happening tomorrow at James Park, starting at 5 p.m. and then we will be ending at the Esplanade. So if you have some free time, come out. Once again, I'm just asking you all to do me a simple favor, and that is to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven.
Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. And talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread. Boom, hops. Boom, coconut tart. Boom, jam tart. And boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let we hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT. I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu day one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Every village has a story. Every tradition has a voice. This July 16th to August 1st, discover them all at the 2026 Tobago Heritage Festival. This year's theme, Let We Tell the Whole Story, invites you to experience the customs, resilience, and rich cultural legacy that continue to define Tobago. Join us for unforgettable performances, village celebrations, and authentic cultural experiences across the island. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for event details.
As small Caribbean islands, we do need to remember that we can't do it individually. The Caribbean needs to work as a whole. From something as simple as pooled procurement of medicine or pooled procurement of equipment, to sharing training, to having centers of excellence in different islands. Working together as one, we can become giants.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise, the energy filled us.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us this morning. And as we continue our Emancipation Day conversations, joining us in Magdalena Grand this morning is Mr. Apukuwe, and he is the president of the Tobago African Union. And we will be speaking about emancipation being recognized in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Way, I hope I didn't worry. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't butch the last name. I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning to really have a conversation about, you know, that journey of Emancipation Day in Trinidad and Tobago. So to start our conversation, I want you to probably tell our viewers, talk to us about that journey of Emancipation Day then to now.
Well, it's so good to be here, on the verge of 188 years after the abolition of chattel slavery. So we have been out of chattel slavery 188 years. But understand that we spent over 300 years in chattel slavery. We'll come back to that. Now, up to 1985, in Trinidad and Tobago, after independence in 1962, we were still celebrating August the 1st as Discovery Day, as the day to celebrate Columbus discovering the Caribbean. Up to 1985, we were still celebrating that. And those of us who were in the front line of the movement at the struggle at that time, we had to wage a relentless war demanding from the state, from the government, that they make that Emancipation Day be made a public holiday, because it is the most significant event in Caribbean history in our time. There's no other event that is more important than Emancipation Day, because what Emancipation Day does, it ended the most brutal and vicious crime committed against human beings by other human beings on planet Earth. There is no other crime that could compare with the atrocities of chattel slavery. Now, in order to get the Emancipation Day, we have come back to chattel slavery, is that we had to go out, for example, in Tobago. We went all over Tobago holding rallies in community centers demanding chattel slavery. In fact, on the verge of holding one of the rallies at Lekato, some of us were arrested. 3 of us, myself and the 2 Mowini brothers, were arrested, taken to the Scarborough police station, beaten by about 10 policemen each away, and then dropped off in the way out of the town in the wee hours of the morning. But the point is this: to understand Emancipation Day or emancipation, we must understand the journey didn't really start back in the 70s or 80s. We have to understand that Africans were the first humans on planet Earth. Even Bill Clinton, the president of the United States, when he went to Africa, he said he was so pleased to be in the land that gave birth to humankind. When Africans were in Africa thousands of years ago, what they did was to develop a concept of life which put the human being at the center. So the most important things in African society at that time, from then, was the human being. Everything was done to uplift the human being.
Understood.
So Africans now, after they establish like civilization in Africa, after they build schools, after they build cities, after they build universities, after they did research into medicine and into all kinds of sciences, into astrology and so, they left Africa and went to spread the message of peace on earth, goodwill toward all men to other countries. The first country that they went to after leaving Africa was Australia.
Okay.
So that's why Australia was a black nation. It was only black people living in Australia until Captain Cook, the Englishman, went down there and they bring down, or empty the jails in England, bring down them bad white fellas who was in the jails in England, poison the rivers and kill out most of the black people in Australia. Okay. So what we have in Australia now is just a little bit of aborigines. Africans also went to places like China. They went to India. For example, when you talk about China, you're talking about the Buddha. The Buddha was black. When they went to India, Krishna was known as the black one. In fact, the river Ganges in India is named after an Ethiopian general. The point I'm making is that the Africans, when they left Africa to go to other countries, they developed these countries so that they didn't go out and invade to cut off nobody's neck or to take a chain and tie up a man or to take a bayonet and rip babies out of pregnant women's bellies. They didn't do that. They went to uplift the people. So when they came down to the Caribbean here, the Americas, and long before Columbus, Africans came down here, because Africans knew that the world was wrong. Columbus learned all of that when he went in North Africa. And when they came, the Africans came down here and helped the Incas and the Aztecs, who were native peoples living in South America, in Peru and Mexico, and they developed magnificent civilizations. Also to tell you that Africans, after they built cities and empires, they built the first university for Europe. They built it in Spain, in Salamanca in Spain. There was an African called Septimus Severus, who was also the emperor of Rome, who went to England. And England and that place was swampy place, dirty, nasty places. And Septimus Severus cleansed England, made it a more developed country, and ruled it for a number of years. When Africans ruled Spain for 700 years and even taught the Spaniards about the common bath, they didn't know how to bathe. The common bath, Africans teach them that because Africans were civilized. We were people. Our women knew about beauty culture when white people were still living in caves. Our people developed not only science and so on, but the concept of religion, the concept of 3-in-1, peace on earth toward all men, the concept of one God was first started in Africa, in Ethiopia, and it came down to like places like Egypt. The Nile come down the Nile to places like Egypt and so on. And even in historical documents, Christ is referred to as a dark man with woolly hair.
Okay.
Those are the facts, but they don't teach you that. They teach you that Africa was a place with half-naked people running around, and a white fella named Tarzan went in the jungle and civilized them. We were not taught about the greatness of our people. We believe, they made us believe, in fact, what they actually did, the Europeans, because it didn't happen so, because I'm telling you that Europe was a place that was fighting against one another. England was fighting against France, France was fighting against Spain. In fact, England and France fight a war for 100 years, a 100-year war, and they also had a 30-year war. So that the little resources they had were depleted. So they had to look for other lands to conquer. And so they bounced up on places like Africa, the Caribbean, India, China, and so on. And what happened, or part of the demise of Africa is that there was an African king called Mansa Musa. He's recorded as the richest man in the world, richer than all them billionaires, now like Rockefeller and like Bezos, and richer than all of them. And he went on a pilgrimage, taking hundreds of people, thousands of people, and he had gold, real gold. So he was distributing gold anywhere he went, and he dislocated the economies of lumber countries. Now, when the Europeans see that, they realize, hey boy, them fellas are real gold on there, you know. So what they did, they went to China and they saw the Chinese was using gunpowder to do fireworks and so on. But they take that and fashion it into a weapon. So they had the gun. So with the power of the gun and using their religious doctrine as something to confound our minds, they were able to come and through brute force and so on, conquer India, China, the Caribbean, North America, North and South America, and Africa. So that the fall, after having to fight all them wars, because the African didn't just take that, so you know, they fight back, you know. Okay. There was an African queen named Queen Nzinga. She fought the invading white Portuguese 7 times and defeated them seven times. There were great African warrior chiefs like Hannibal Barca, a black man from North Africa, who when the Romans invaded Africa, he drove the Romans back to Rome and he crossed the Alps. There was some snow-covered mountains in places like France and Italy, and defeated the Roman armies at the gates of Rome. Hannibal Barca. Then there was people like Shaka Zulu and so they came up after, who defeated the British by their military strategies. So the point is that the Europeans took over Africa and so on. There's a book by a guy called Professor Walter Rodney. You must read that. How Europe underdeveloped Africa. Now, what they did is because of the power of the gun and so on, they were able to suppress the Africans. Okay. So our people, we were kings and queens in Africa. Right? If you look at African women today, you see the majesty in them. Yes. You look at the men and see how handsome and things they look. But what they were able to do is to enslave us through brute force.
And Mr. Warrior, before you continue, unfortunately time is of the essence. As we wrap up, if you could say in 30 seconds or less, do you think that now we as, descendants of the Africans have a true appreciation for our culture?
Well, but every time there's a rise in African consciousness, those who control come with something to fight it down. Marcus Garvey, for example, he organized an organization of 11 million black people, but they undermined the movement and mash him up. Right? Patrice Lumumba was trying to unite Africa. You know what they do here? They shoot him and then take his body and put it in acid. So you can find out, right? So that we have an appreciation, but one of our main problems as Africans and black people is our leaders. We have some stupid, dotish, ignorant leaders who don't know the head from the bullfoot, and they're helping to keep African people, black people, in perpetual slavery. The Indians don't do that to their people. The Chinese don't do that to their people. How you could take little Tobago children, dress them up in massa top hat and long coat, and carry them up in Moria and say having a Moria with it? That's colonialism. We can't be imposing them kind of stupid values on our people in this day and age.
Understood, Mr.
Right, so that we have to continue to work, because you ain't going to happen overnight. Because I tell you, we spent 300 years in slavery and 100 years outside. That's so much work we have.
Yeah, understood. But Mr. Rari, I want to thank you for joining us this morning and giving us that information and that knowledge. It's the type of knowledge that you wouldn't really get in a textbook. So I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning on Tobago Updates. Viewers, don't go away just yet. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Okay. 335, 336, 337, 338, 339.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know. As a child, you tried to sell hog plum. That failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 624-333.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the sugar party.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the Tobago line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Picking long on for the rhythm start. Tobago updates. Caribbean art. Caribbean art.
Loan me, bad mind. I've been watching you a long time now. Boy, you're changing. Hey, it's your girl Adana, and I will be at Reggae Meets R&B on the 1st of August at the Police Association building. You don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now. Myself, Sasha, Gardenite, a full cast of DJ. It's going to be endless vibe. Reggae Meet R&B, August 1st. You don't want to miss it.
About you seems so brand new. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people.
Ms. Ria Sampson, Events Coordinator at the Magdalena Grand, joins us this morning. Now, viewers, I know everybody is getting ready for CPL, and sometimes you might wonder, where can I go to really have a good viewing experience? And Ms. Sampson is here to walk us through that. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. So, yes, we are preparing for CPL as we just came off of FIFA. I think this year's activity month.
Sporty season.
Sporty season. So we are now going into CPL, and we are wonderfully welcoming everybody at the Robinson Crusoe pub. You can come, you don't have to stay home, you could come and line with your friends. We have the Crusoe Cave, which you could bring at least up to 20 persons, you know, have your little private session and just enjoy it instead of staying home, you know, you could come out.
Okay, so what can someone expect? What are the food and the drinks and the vibes? Tell us everything.
You know, your food have to be on par. So of course we'll have specials. We have packages that they can book. You can book a package, so you can get like gyro chicken. You can get pizza. You can get fries. You'll have different things, and of course we have drink specials. So we always have drink specials. You have mocktails, cocktails. Of course, your Caribbean style, because that's us. Yes. But you have different things, different items. Happy hour is always going to be happening as well. So you can come out, enjoy yourself, and just relax. You know, just relax. Enjoy yourself every day. So we start from the 7th, which is the first game, the 7th of August, and we'll be live in the Robinson Crusoe, and it will be special. So come out.
Lovely. So they're getting it live, they're getting it special. And for those who may want to get more information or even try to pre-book some of their packages, how can they find it?
They can always email guest services at magdalenagrand.com. They can call the hotel. It's 290-9438. They can get all the information. If you're bringing a large group, you know, let us know if you want to celebrate something, because I know it's still a month of celebration. If you're celebrating a birthday and the day, let us know so we can make sure that it's a fun time for you and your guests and enjoy yourself as you come out.
Okay, lovely. So thank you. I think you gave us all the information that we need right now. So viewers, if you're looking for the perfect spot to watch the CPL with your friends and or family, Magdalena Grand has something special for you. Now, viewers, we have reached the end of this morning's show. And for those of you who tuned in, I want to thank you so much for choosing Tobago Updates to start your morning on the right note. And I hope to see you all again whenever I have free time to just join you all and chat with you all. Thank you once again for choosing us, and take care.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the sky.